Is it time to ask for a raise? How many times have you said that or ran that dialogue in your head? Or you might have said something like, I don't get paid enough for this. Or you could have said something like, why do they keep asking me to do more? I'm like not getting paid more for this. Why do I have to do so much stuff in this tiny little hour that keeps shrinking? Like, I can't take this anymore. Wouldn't it feel amazing if you had the confidence, if you could ask for that raise that you so deserve? Wouldn't it feel amazing if you got paid what you felt you were worth at your job? You would be so excited to go to work every day. Hi, I'm Trish, and I'm the creator of Happy Hygiene Academy, and I work with driven dental hygienists just like you who are on the verge of burnout. And I help you rediscover your true self, get clarity on your career, and create ways to make your job easier so that you can have more money, more energy, and motivation without burning down your hard-earned degree. So today, we are going to be going over how to ask for that raise, how to feel confident, and ask for what you want. So let me tell you a secret. My secret? No one's going to give you a raise unless you ask for it. I know this is tough love, but hear me out. I did this. When I was a hygienist a while back ago, I waited 5 years to ask for a raise when I knew another employee got a raise before me and she was newer. She came into our company, she was newer, and she got a raise. I was so mad. But you have to go out for what you want and ask for what you want. No one's coming to give you extra money. Your boss might just be like, she's happy, she doesn't say anything, she seems fine with me, she comes to work, she puts a smile on her face, like, you know? Our bosses are not mind readers, so you need to ask for what you want. So if you want that raise, go ask for it, okay? But also be smart about it and come up with a plan and know your numbers, okay? So many hygienists think that the numbers and how much they produce has nothing to do with them. Like the business side of dentistry has nothing to do with them, but it has so much to do with you. And you need to jump on this boat, because if you ain't jumping on this boat, it's leaving and you're gonna be lost at sea. Because at the end of the day, it's a business and they need to make money and you need to make money. Your boss, he needs to feed his family too. So there's many ways to get a raise. It doesn't necessarily have to be just the actual number on your paycheck. It can be paid time off. It could be CEU's reimbursement. It could be PTO. It could be insurance. It could be many things, okay? You can play with this depending on your situation. Also, if you don't have benefits right now in general, I hear this so much with hygienists. It's like, I don't have benefits. Well, let me tell you another secret. You can ask, even if that state says like, blah, 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 you don't, like, they don't need to give you insurance unless there's X amount of people working in the building, da, 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 da. At the end of the day, if you're doing your work, if you're an amazing human being who's, treating their patients and they're, doing what they're supposed to do and making the office money, you can have what you want. You can negotiate, okay? And I know this is not taught in hygiene school, and maybe this was never taught to you in general. It was never taught to me. I had to go out and learn this myself. And that's how I've gotten everything I've wanted to this point. So we're going to be following the benchmark of hygiene and the numbers, and basically it states that a hygienist should be producing 33% or a third of the pie out of the office. So basically you make money, the office makes money, and the dentist makes money. And when I say office, I mean like putting electricity in the building and buying the prophy paste and buying the suctions and the masks and the gloves and all that stuff, right? Because we do need to have a budget for the things that we carry in the office. So we want to look at those three numbers, and you should be making a third of that pie. And how you figure that out is basically, let's say you produce like $2,000 in one day. You would take home $660 for yourself. And you can basically, what you do is you take that $2,000 and you times it by 0.33, and that's how you would get your 33%. So you have to basically, like, let's say you're not on production now, you basically just want to take how much you made like one day, let's say, just to kind of compare and contrast. Or you can do it for, let's do for a whole like paycheck. You can print these numbers out or ask your manager to print your report out for you. Most softwares do this. You can print it out and then basically just, it will tell you how much you produced within that window. And then you can also take your hours and see how much you made per hour, blah, blah, blah. Take the numbers. Let's say you produced within 2 weeks, you made like, I don't know, $20,000 or something like that. You would take $20,000 times it by 0.33, and that would give you the 33% of how much you should make, the amount that you should have taken home. And then you basically take that number, whatever that pay period was for you, and compare it to your check. And you could either be under it, or you could be over it, or you could be like right there where you need to be. The thing is, it's different every week for us, because sometimes we have patients that are coming in for scalings, or sometimes it's a lot of pro fees, and it's going to be different every week. But it kind of just like, from my experience, it evens out throughout the month and so on. So once you have these numbers, you can bring it to your boss and say, hey, I'm producing this amount of blah, 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 and not like I need a raise, but like I feel like I need to be compensated for what I'm doing here at work, and just have a conversation, a normal conversation with your boss. It doesn't have to be like a scary one. And also, big tip, when you ask your boss to talk to them, especially about something like this, don't say in the morning like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. They're going to be thinking about that all day long. It's going to stress the friggin' bejesus out of them. Just tell them at the end of the day, or your boss, the time to ask them. Just ask them at the end of the day, hey, do you have a minute? I just want to talk to you about something really quick. So go from there. You can bring paperwork. You can even be light about it. Be like, I'm not trying to like scare you right now. I have some paperwork I want to present to you. I want to do better for our office. I want to do better for you. I want to do better for our patients. And, I want to also be compensated for the things that I'm doing and I'm providing to my patients. And commission, it's not all about like the money and like money hungry or anything like that. It's really about just getting paid for what you're worth. And this all trickles down with like the whole burnout thing, is that if you feel like you're not getting paid for what you're doing, that will trickle down to burnout real quick, because you're gonna feel like you're being like taken advantage of, and no one wants to feel like that. You might also find out that your numbers are not that good, I guess you could say, but there's many reasons why these numbers could be where they're at. Maybe you don't have enough patients in your schedule. Maybe possibly, the doctor is holding off on perio treatment and they're delegating everything, and you can't even treat your patients when they need scalings. And there's just so many reasons, but there's always, it always comes back to communication and what can we do to improve, and what can we do to give the hygienist more autonomy, which is what we want, so that we can be burnout free. So it's all about having those hard conversations. If you don't have the hard conversations, you're not going to get what you want. I know it's hard, but just do it. Trust me. You'll be like, oh my God, why didn't I do this before? So if any of this resonates with you, I will definitely link a sheet down below on how you can calculate your numbers to see where you're at. Maybe I have even a video in there for you somewhere too. And I'll leave you with this. Your intuition holds the key to unlocking a life full of joy and fulfillment. Until next time.